internet search era, which was, let's say, from 1995, let's early 2000s to, let's say, 23, that was still dominated by one single player, Google. The, the, the task of the teams which are optimizing for discovery was fairly simple. In the era going forward, it will be fragmented, and we should be ready for newer and newer surface areas to emerge, right? As we last in one of our last discussions, we discussed about open source AI models, right, or open weight AI models, which are going to gain a lot more popularity, because they will be underneath the, let's say, an application that you're using, right? Um, so I think the domain is going to be a lot more challenging, a lot more fragmented for high confidence on discoverability. I think the teams have to, let's say, as I said, cast a wider net of optimization and be very steadfast and rapid in terms of optimization activities.
Mr. Lalit, actually a follow-up on that, and actually you did allude to it, and I had this question before in my mind. The idea is that, do you think that at some point these there will not be so many LLMs, and it'll just, like, there will be specialized LLM for different tasks. So for example, we have Claude Code, which does coding. We have Claude Design, which does designing, design help. And then let's say Gemini for all our general queries, or ChatGPT specializing in certain type of queries, or there will be a Gemini deep research mode. There's already that mode. So but do you think that this could also end up being like a two-horse race, where right now, of course, there are many players, but then eventually each of this becomes a big enough category and there are just two dominant players in each of those categories. So coding, there is just two dominant players. General queries, there may be three dominant players, and then then there are specialized queries, and then there could also be very specific. So if there is, let's say, someone is in R&D, or they are into research on nanotechnologies or material sciences research, then there is a specialized LLM just for that, which is like, which does not then is much better than a generic one, or which is at least gives more, hallucinates much lesser, because it's designed, it's specially customized and built for that. So do you think that could be in a future that we're looking at, and hence this problem that we are facing today, which is like optimizing for multiple engines, actually boils down to then eventually just, there are two players in the category in which you are servicing, and then eventually just optimize for those two. You think that could be a future that we could see maybe next 3 years or 5 years?